Here we are.
Hello, friend. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just hanging out in the damp, dewy grass this morning.
I'm hiding in a bedroom away from my family.
Of course you are.
So I feel like many people who are watching this will identify with that. This is the only house
100.
on me. So happy Rapid Fire Tuesday.
Hello.
Today, Anne Marie, you know,
What?
today I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask you some questions
I'm
about
ready.
virtual meetings more effective.
I
So
like it. Maybe one thing is I could pay attention to what you were saying.
that's okay. We're going to blame it on the technology.
I like it. Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that's our first rule. When in doubt, just blame it on the technology, right?
1000%.
Um, so we both have been on a ton of these meetings lately. And I know this is nothing new for you. So I'm wondering if you could share just some things that make you ragey when in a virtual meeting.
Yes, and actually we've been also consulting with some of our clients about this who are doing this in a brand new way. They've not had to do this before or not to this degree. So one of the things I would say is all time wasting. In any form or fashion. One thing you have to remember is this may be your only video conference today or your only one this week. Some people are on 6, 7, and 8 hours of these a day. So couple things. Be mindful. When the meeting says 10 a.m., it means 10 a.m., not 10:05. Do not show up at 10:05 and then spend 5 more minutes explaining why you showed up late and waste everybody's time and make people hate you with the heat of 10,000 fiery suns, because they will if you are their 8th conference call that day. So don't waste everybody's time. Don't narrate everything that's going on in your house. We get it. You're working from home. So are we. Everyone is. You don't need to say, oh, my dog just walked off. My kid is doing this. My husband is doing this.
Right.
We don't need a full narration. Just
Well,
be
mute
present.
button is
You
your
don't
friend,
lose
right?
time.
Sorry
Say
to
that
interrupt you,
again?
but the mute button can be your friend in these scenarios, right? Like we all get it. The dog's scratching at the door. The kids are maiming one another in another room. Just do this. Watch.
There you go. Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, just mute yourself. Just mute yourself. But all of that time, not everybody has that time to burn up. It's still a meeting. Remember, it's still a meeting, even though you're working from home.
So what are some other best practices? Like how can you make these meetings more efficient, more engaging? I mean, one thing that I've noticed as someone who, as you know, like I just thrive on personal contact with people and being in the same room with people. This is deeply disconnecting for me. I love the technology. I love that I can see you. I can see your face. It's all good. But, you cannot totally replicate that feeling of being in the same room. So how do we get as close as possible to that?
Yeah. So there are a couple things. I would say number one, if you are dealing with a lot of people for whom this is pretty new, send some rules of engagement out and help them out a little bit about, are they going to be muted? Are you controlling that? If you're not, then let them know to stay mute unless they're speaking, things like that. Just super simple stuff. Remind them to be present and be on the meeting. They don't need to be walking around from room to room when they're on the meeting, if at all possible. Just whatever the rules of engagement are for you, that you need to set so they're treating it like a meeting. I also think it's really important that when you're talking, look into the camera. I'm going to take off my glasses right now. When I look into the camera, that's an incredibly different feeling and sensation than when I'm looking off here talking to you, or I'm chatting over here, or maybe I'm like, I've heard something and I'm turning around. It's super disengaging. And when you're not speaking and you're just listening, you also need to be present. This really degrades executive presence when I watch them literally when they're not speaking doing this.
Right. I actually think we should do a whole video about just that, about the executive presence piece, because I think it's actually an opportunity. Here's the PR person and me spinning, right? This is an opportunity, I think, for people to really focus on those types of what may be in their brain small behavioral things or predilections that really can greatly influence how people perceive you, right? Because now every conference call is virtual, so we can all be really connected about it, right?
Yeah.
So, top takeaway, like to close us out, bring us home.
I would say a couple of last things. Don't waste people's time. Be extremely present. Understand that just because maybe this is your only call, other people have a lot of these. Extend a lot of grace to people. Their dog is going to bark. a weed whacker is going to go off. Their naked toddler is going to run through the room. All of those things will absolutely happen. And don't exploit that. Don't narrate from moment to moment everything that's going on in your house. You're still in a meeting. So both of those things have to be true. Have a lot of grace and humanity for your fellow professionals right now, and extend that grace and humanity to yourself as well. We're all doing the very best we can. Just so you all know, this is our third attempt at this call. Because technology hates us real bad today.
Totally.
And it may not be our last. We don't know.
We'll see. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate you. Be good to one another. Stay safe and healthy. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.